Hi once again, Kevin Turner, and this time I want to talk to you about off-market sales. This is something we've very rarely discussed, but more and more it's becoming something that we need to think about, we need to focus on. Sometimes we used to call them bottom shelf listings, we gave them lots of names, and we even talk to sellers about doing a little bit of marketing before we do any major marketing. Well, here's a great opportunity I want to tell you about. It's a website called Property Whispers, and I'm talking to the lady behind it now. Well, in front of it. Well, she's really behind it. Liane Fletcher. G'day, Liane. How are you?
Very well, Kevin. Thank you.
Good. Nice to be connected. Now, we've spoken to you a number of times, of course, on our sister program, Real Estate Talk, but I thought this would be a great opportunity to talk to real estate agents about accessing your portal to maybe get them a little bit more exposure before going to market with a big campaign. Tell me about Property Whispers, or well, more importantly, tell me about your background and why you developed it.
Thank you, Kevin. I was a real estate agent, and what I was noticing was two things. Firstly, the buyers who were missing out at auction and not able to find a property were contacting me regularly and asking to be put onto my database. So I put them on a database, and then when a property that was suitable that I had off market, I would let them know about it. I asked them sort of how many agents were you talking to, and they were talking to maybe only 3 or 4 in the area. So I realised that buyers are not exposed to all the off-market properties in their area, and I could see that that was a problem for them. At the same time, I could see when I was talking with my vendors who wanted to sell off-market, we would put it on our database, we would send it out to a few buyers, but what was happening was that we just didn't have the right buyer at the right time. So it would sit there for some time. Whereas Property Whispers gives that opportunity to be connected with sort of new buyers, and that's sort of the value and the sort of the benefit for agents joining.
Yeah, well, I know that you're growing that database of buyers quite aggressively, and it's growing, extremely well, and you're starting to get some traction with agents too. Can you give me a bit of an understanding? We'll talk about the costs and so on in just a moment, but can you give me an understanding about how successful it's been and what your track record like up till now?
Yes, so currently we have over $550 million worth of property on the platform. So agents that are currently registered are uploading properties to the platform, and we have thousands of buyers across Australia, predominantly on the East Coast, but we are building across all areas.
Okay, so and now what's the track record like? How many properties? You've got 550 million, I think you said. How many?
Yes.
What sort of sales are you achieving?
So the properties that are currently listed, that sort of equates to that over 550 million. So being a matching platform, what we focus on is being able to connect buyers with their specific requirements to those off-market properties. So once that match occurs, then the agent has the conversation with the buyers, and then they have that discussion, and hopefully a sale will occur. And if not, they've got the contact details of the buyer to then have a further discussion with about other properties that they may have.
Let me be very clear here, because this was one of my major concerns, Liane, when you and I started to talk. This is not a tool that's designed to cut the agent out of the role. Is that right?
No, that's correct. That's correct. So right now, buyers register on the platform for free, and agents register their details and the properties that they have currently off market. So they are those properties that are quiet listings, or the vendors just doesn't want to spend on expensive advertising right now, but they're keen to get qualified buyers through the property. And once the buyer requirements and the off-market property specifications match, an email and notification is sent to both parties, and then a conversation occurs. So that's the job of the platform, is to connect the buyers with the agents.
What's the cost to the agent? What's the cost to the seller?
Okay, so right now the agent has a free trial period, so we're encouraging all agents to come onto the platform for free. They can trial it, they can use the platform, get connected with buyers now and just get a feel for if it's something that they want to be continuing with. Once that free trial period is over, then it's a subscription on a monthly basis, and that subscription equates to around about $70 per month.
Okay, and that's for an unlimited number of listings?
Correct, it is.
Yeah.
So, in other words, use the tool every day. Use the tool for every listing presentation that you go to. So that way, if you have a client who is a bit unsure, a bit uncertain, particularly in this current market where the clearance rates have dropped off, advertising is expensive, use this platform as a way to give the confidence back to the vendor that they've got a way to sell their property. They can start at off market. They can start the process here. In some cases, it can be weeks to sell, maybe a little bit longer. But this way is approached that the vendor feels that they've got an opportunity to sell it to qualified buyers using Property Whispers. And the agent in this process is also building relationships with the vendors as well.
So there you have it. If you're a real estate agent and you're looking to get your listings out to more buyers, this is the way to do it. With Property Whispers. That website is propertywhispers.com.au, and Liane Fletcher is the person behind that. Liane, thank you so much for your time. Full marks to you for what you're doing. Anything that's going to help us sell more properties is something we'll always endorse. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kevin. It's been a pleasure.